Welcome back to the Bellied Up podcast. I am your host, Miles, the You Betcha guy, here with my co-host, Charlie Berens, my second chair.
I'm the second chair, Tambourine.
Sidekick.
Yes, Miles, you run the show here. You do. You guide it. And I am just your humble sous chef.
No, Charlie, it's nothing without you. You're an integral part of the show, Charlie.
You're the skipper. I'm your Gilligan.
Well, guys, speaking of
Boats
and sailing.
Yeah, you got a sail.
We're here at the Long Bridge Bar yet again in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. Vibes are immaculate. The sailboat's behind us. The rum buckets are flowing. Charlie's on his third one already.
No, that's still Miles. I see some swingers shuffling in here right now. Some pineapple shirts. Some flamingos are coming in. They're gracing the weekday
lot of Tommy
lunch hour.
Bahama getting thrown around here, Charlie.
Some boat shoes. We better get out of here, Miles, or we might, not get out of here alive.
True. Speaking of boat shoes and boats, though, Charlie.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day.
You were thinking, what day? You got to be kidding me.
It's been a couple weeks.
Does your mom know? She'll be happy to
Anyways,
yeah.
I was thinking pontoons are just like living rooms on the water.
They are.
And why do they have to just be living rooms? Why couldn't they be kitchens on the water?
Oh.
Like what are boats? What should they have on them that they don't have on them?
Well, that's a good question, but that's a really good question. So what like a pontoon? Because you there are boats with kitchens. They're called
houseboats.
Houseboats. Yeah, or
pontoons. Then
yeah.
We'll say. I think every pontoon should have some sort of grilling mechanism on them.
Oh yeah, get a grill on the pontoon.
Yeah, but kind of like a built-in somehow.
I know how to do it. What you do is you take yourself an old toilet, and usually what you do with the toilet, you throw it away. But if you put a little piece of metal on the bottom of it and put it down, and then fill it with coal, you
put a little grate where the toilet seat is.
Where the toilet seat is. You got a nice porcelain cooking deal, so you get that on the boat. Perfect.
Yep. Okay. So we have the toilet grill.
Mm-hmm. And then you need a toilet, which is going to be. You can't do a real toilet, so it's going to be a bucket.
Yeah.
5-gallon bucket for the toilet.
Yes. Or if you got an old grill laying around, just slap a toilet seat on that.
That's actually smart because that'd be more comfortable.
Yeah.
So the toilet is the grill. The grill is the old grill. Old toilet is the new grill. Old grill, new toilet.
What other stuff do we need on a pontoon, Charlie?
I just want to real quick before I say that's really genius because like a Weber, you got the vents on the bottom, so you fill the deal and then you just open the vents when you want to
vent it out.
Yeah.
I mean, like, why don't we just have cupboards? Like, yeah, sometimes have like the doors underneath the seats and stuff or underneath that.
Yeah.
Why don't we just install a cupboard and have like a snack pantry?
Well, that would be good. And if you had it, I'd be there because I'd always leave the door open.
Yeah, is that what you do with your
I never
cabinets?
shut them. It's like why would I tie my shoelaces after I take my shoes off? That's the same thing for closing cupboards. It makes no sense. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Other things that I'd like on them, I think every boat should have.
Do you want me to go?
Well, I was just collecting my thoughts.
Okay.
You could tell I was collecting my thoughts.
My thought may springboard you into the next thing here, Charlie.
Okay. I was sorry, folks. I was malfunctioning. Sometimes on the Bellied Up podcast, I malfunction.
I could tell it was.
It's embarrassing when it happens.
A rodent got underneath the hood and chewed the wires. I think at the front of the pontoon.
Yeah.
Why don't we just have mini trampolines? So therefore, you start on one end of the boat, you run, and you jump off the trampoline into the water.
And that's freaking genius.
Why don't we have mini trampolines?
You know what, Miles? That is true. And also, like, diving boards. This is better than a diving board. But I was thinking just the other day, I was like, man, the most fun I had as a kid was going off a diving board.
Yep.
I like live for that. I live to like show off my flip to the
Yeah,
lifeguard.
and then you try a flip and you open up too early and you just belly flop right on your face.
Or worse, you try a backflip and you almost hit your noggin on the board. And then the lifeguard you're trying to impress is like, hey, you can't do that again. You got too close. How embarrassing.
And then,
I had a shot too.
Like, she looks like Wendy Peppercorn sitting up there, and you're
Yeah.
like, so wait, you're telling me that if I do that again and I hit my head and I'm drowning, you're going to give me CPR? Am I hearing that right? And she's like, yes, don't do that. And you're like, done. Just like squints, just like a good old squints.
I didn't have the cojones, Miles. I didn't have the cojones. Anyway, let's throw a diving board on it too, just for old time's sake.
Well, a high dive. So you have the low trampoline and then climb up a ladder and diving board off the top.
And I would like an arsenal of Nerf weaponry.
And then if someone's really pissing you off, it's not a diving board anymore. They're walking the plank.
Oh, yes. In fact, let's just make it a plank, because a plank is just a diving board, really, a bouncy diving board. So, and the high dive, you don't need more air, so we'll just make it the plank. And someone's got to walk it at least once an hour, you know? Okay, another thing, I feel like you've got to have your standard practice tubage water ski situation, but you've got to kind of up the game a little bit, which is where the Nerf guns come in. You know, you need, and I'm not married to Nerf.
You mean super soakers,
super soaker, yeah. Because Nerf is kind of fun, like you can take it, but I think water guns would be great because it would be good to battle.
Well, then
you know, synchronized.
Well, then you'd have to have biodegradable Nerf bullets. You know?
That's true. I wasn't thinking of that. Miles, you're so smart. You're so smart. So, but a super soaker water ski thing would be pretty awesome, I feel. You got to get the real big ones that hurt when you spray them, though.
Well, Charlie, one can dream.
Maybe
Maybe someday we'll buy a boat together and pimp it out. Pimp my pontoon.
Pee my pee.
Okay. Well, guys, we're going to take some callers and, as Charlie would say, keep her moving.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Bellied Up Podcast. Who are we talking to today?
Hey, it's Alex.
Hey, fella.
How the heck are you?
Oh, not too bad. What's your name?
Alex.
Alex. Well, belly up to the bar and tell us where you're driving.
Oh, I'm headed home. I just played a few holes at the local golf course.
How'd it go? What'd you shoot?
Oh, you know, it didn't go too well. I shot an 84.
Oh, that's great, dude. That'd be my best round ever.
Yeah, it wasn't too good. I shot a 73. Wasn't my best.
84 is good, right?
It was really
Shot worse than my handicap.
Yeah, that'll happen. That's been ever since I had a kid.
Yeah.
It's my handicap has been going higher and higher. I feel like Creed. Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Anyways, what'd you call in today, Alex?
Roommate that I have, he's just not a very good roommate, and I just need to know how to still be good old Midwest nice to him, but kind of lay down the law on him a little bit.
Okay.
Why is he not a good roommate? You got to give us some more info.
He provided the TV in the living room that we used. We offered to split it with him. He said, no, don't worry about it. I got an extra TV laying around. Well, we're sitting here. He's not a big football guy. It's Chiefs season. We're watching the Chiefs, and he tries to hide the remote so we can't watch the Chiefs game.
What does he? So okay. He basically did not buy the TV for the house. He just secured TV privileges for himself for the duration of the.
It's a monopoly. It's a monopoly.
Well, my question to you is he being mean, or are you just mad that you got bested in the sense that he figured out a way to always be able to control the TV whenever he wants?
You know, it's a little bit of both. It's not that he can use the TV whenever he wants. It's that he uses the TV when he's not, or he doesn't let us use the TV when he's not there.
What?
All right, guys, I'm going to put this TV in the living room. Well, you can only watch it if I say so. That's crazy.
It's the kid who said, I'm taking my ball and going home.
Yeah.
How old are you guys?
We're 22.
Sounds like that was gonna be my guess. Actually, that's insane.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so that's number one bad thing that he's doing. What else is rubbing you the wrong way?
Much on the information, but we share a shower, right? And
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll wash your back if you wash mine, Charlie.
What'd you say?
He goes in there. He goes in there way too often, and to the point where it gets a little suspicious. And he comes out dry as a whistle, and we're like, "What's going on here? What are you doing in my shower?"
He's jerking off.
That's exactly. That's what conclusion we come to.
So do you think he's...
No, I'm trying to tell him, hey.
Time out. Let's paint a picture. Do you think... You say he doesn't get wet. So you think he's just lounging in the tub, just letting it gripping and ripping?
Well, here's the thing. He comes out. He goes in fully clothed, comes out in the same clothes, not an ounce of water on, and then the shower head is pointed completely to the side.
Yeah. I think. He's...
So I don't know how the heck I am supposed to address that.
I mean, it just sounds like you're going to need a little extra Drano.
Our drain already clogged once, and it wasn't too pretty of a situation. I refuse to do it.
Wow, this guy sounds like a real jerk. Now,
sounds like a real jerk off.
I'd say a jerk off, but
is that it?
oh, there's some more odds and ends. Just eating each other's food, and using each other's stuff without with just like things that you wouldn't use if someone else is just kind of like, why would you go into my dresser and borrow a shirt or a jacket? Like what you ask,
all right. Here's what you got to do. What's your job?
I work in insurance.
Okay. Do you want to sell us whole life right now or term?
Pardon?
What kind of insurance are you selling?
Oh, I'm just doing some underwriting right now.
All right.
Nothing too special.
Nothing too special. So you can't just move out, because that would be my number one suggestion.
No, it's beautiful. And I'm locked in for another 9 months.
Okay, so you're in this for the long haul. I got a suggestion for you. If I know anything about the Midwest, is we don't like confrontation. So you're going to need to do this passive aggressively.
Yes.
So what you're going to do is you're going to go on whatever the TV that they bought, their website, and you're going to say, hey, I lost my remote and I need a replacement. Then what you're going to do is you're going to program the new replacement remote to that TV, which then should make the other remote not work. And so now he only gets to watch TV when you guys want to watch TV.
And he can say, but I bought the TV, and you can say, but I bought the remote.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't have to say anything to him. It's just a nice passive-aggressive approach.
The old bait and swap.
Yeah, because a new remote's a lot cheaper than a new TV,
Yeah. But I'm more concerned about the other thing.
The shower. Perfect. So what you're going to want to do...
Well, where is he? I suppose you just want him in his room using a sock or what? Is that what you wish you would do?
Anything but that. It's not about the fact that he's doing it. It's the fact that I know when he's doing it and that he is doing it. And that I am in a location, in a shared space, more or less, that he's doing it.
God, I'm so happy.
So why does it rub you the wrong way?
I don't want to be standing on someone's children.
Well, I imagine he's washing it down the
I'm trying to
drain.
clean myself.
Is he clean enough about it?
It's a little dirty. It's a little dirty in the old bathroom.
Yeah, how much residue are we talking?
I try to ignore it.
Okay, well, Charlie,
I got to clear my brain before.
Let's give him some ways to get around this. He doesn't want him. It sounds like the issue is he doesn't want to see him come out of the bathroom knowing that he is currently in post-nut clarity.
Mm-hmm.
So what's a way that he can avoid this and maybe offer an alternative situation?
Well, can you shut your door? That way you don't see him go in and out. I don't think.
Well, you know how like in an apartment building or a neighborhood they have quiet hours.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys just have a designated jerk off hour, and then the rest of the house, you guys take shifts, and the rest of the house goes like for lunch, and then one hangs back, and that's their JO hour. There's JOH, and then you guys don't have to see the post nut shame on his face when he comes out of the bathroom.
Yeah, but the only problem is that the only time that he consistently does it, it's like clockwork. 11 p.m. right there on the dot when I'm sitting there just minding my business.
I mean, you got to respect a guy for having a schedule.
Maybe here's what you do. Maybe we had a couple episodes ago a fellow who was selling contraptions to help with the self-pleasing variety. Perhaps you get him a contraption that would keep it all in one place, shall we say. And that way you know that it's going to go straight down the drain and there's going to be no, I
got it. So, so you know when you go get a haircut, Charlie?
Yeah.
And they put the little cape around your neck so you don't get any hair on your clothes? What we need to invent, this is $1 million idea.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be called the cock cape.
You could just call it the cape.
Yeah. So you put like the little cape around the base of your guy, and then it's an easy cleanup. Nothing gets in the tub; it just goes right on the cape.
I view it as kind of more of a cone, like a dog when they get their neutered or spayed or whatever.
A dog cone could also be a good one.
Yeah, just take a dog cone, but you're gonna have to like open up the top half of it because I don't know how you're gonna get. Maybe this is a whole new. There's a contraption on top of the dog cone that keeps and it's perfect for roommates. It's there's a contraption on top of the dog cone keeps the splash because I don't know how you're gonna get your hand inside the cone.
Well, that's why the cape is way better solution than your cone.
But a cape's just gonna flop right down, Miles.
No, because have you ever seen the beard cape thing where you suction cup it to the mirror? Have you seen that one? Jared, you've seen that, haven't you? So basically it's like a cape, but then at the bottom there's suction cups and you suction cup it to the mirror so when you trim your beard it all goes there.
Yeah.
So then you just suction cup it to the front of the shower wall.
I could have really used one of those in your bathroom last night.
Oh, really?
I trimmed up my thing.
I
and
thought
then,
you were talking about the JOH.
No, I wouldn't do that. Ann's there. But, you got your...
I wouldn't do that ever. Just if Ann's there, I would do it.
You got your... You got a white sink, and my beard hair, thank God, is not white yet. Yeah. So you can see it all over the place.
That's all right.
What color?
It's me.
Here, you know what? Here's the easiest solution. Just paint your tile white. You'll never know the difference.
The tile is already white.
All right. Well, then
yeah. What do you think of the cape idea? You think he'd maybe be down for that?
I think we split it 3 ways. I'm in.
Oh, you're in.
Oh, he wants a piece of our business.
He wants a piece of action.
Commercially.
All right. If you want in, you got to put up all the capital for it.
Oh, okay. We'll see what we can do here. I'll send you a prototype.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, if he makes the prototype, we'll do the capital because.
Yeah, okay.
We'll be the capital investors.
We'll be the brain trust of the operation.
Yeah, but it's not getting split 3 ways, okay? Like you got to be like 20%er on this because, it was Miles and my idea. Oh, yeah. I came up with the name.
Well, I wanted to call it a different name, but more PC.
Hey, how about we throw in the old caveat that I'll lower my percentage when I can get a new apartment.
Okay, we'll pay for an apartment for you if you come down to 5%.
All right, that works for me.
Done.
Sweet.
That's an art of the deal.
And
right
we didn't even tell him where the apartment was going to be. What city are you in again?
Oh, I'm in KC.
Oh, well.
We'll find you a sketchy neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, that's
It'd still be an upgrade.
Okay. Well, I think we solved your problem. We got to get this prototype going. Hopefully, we can get it done in the next 9 months so you can test it out and see.
Why'd you say 9 months?
He's got to be at the apartment for another 9 months.
Oh, I was thinking something else about 9 months. Anyways,
I know.
yeah, this is bringing up roommate PTSD for me. I'll tell you that right now. It reminds me of this one time I walked into my living room and my roommate was just out there stretching full Monty. I found out on that day he was not circumcised.
Well, he was wearing a hooded sweatshirt. He was wearing a hoodie.
Turtleneck.
Yeah. All right.
My freshman year, I walked into my roommate trying to shave under his old ball sack in the mirror on the wall. So that was a pretty sight.
Did you help him out? That's a tough location.
Hey, I got in there, shaving cream, everything. I cleaned him up real nice. Don't worry about that.
Good for you. It's a good service you offer. Well, we're happy we turned your lemon into
lemonade.
So thanks for calling in and tell your roommate we says hi.
Oh, yeah. All right, you have a good one.
All right, you too now.
That's not a terrible idea.
It's not a terrible idea.
I think, okay, you put that online. At least one person is buying that, unironically. Someone's going to buy that.
It might not be the cope. It would be called the cope.
Why?
COPE. First letter of.
Okay, got it.
Last letters of.
Well, that was actually a great idea by me. I know you tried to stolen valor that idea, but you tried to make it a dog cone, but.
I know. I wasn't clear as to what you were saying, but now that you more clearly said it, I would agree it's a good idea.
Well, should we take another caller?
Let's do it.
Hey, my name's Antonio. I'm for Fort Worth, Texas. Arguably the best state in the U.S.
Yeah, arguably. I gotta tell you, I used to live down there in Dallas, and I got over to Fort Worth quite a bit. It's a nice, lovely city you got there.
In my opinion, Fort Worth is. Sorry, I'm getting ready for work, so I'm all over the place right now.
Well,
but my opinion, Fort Worth is the best city in Texas.
Well, and you're an unbiased source, so we believe you.
No, so what I wanted to talk about. So I'm 20 years old, and my question is it a bad time to get married at 20, 21 years old? When we've only been dating for about a year, or is that like the best idea ever?
Oh, well,
Charlie, no. On three, I want to hear what your answer is. 1, 2, 3.
And no.
Yes. Oh, okay.
No, it's not the worst idea ever. 19 would be the worst idea ever.
It's just not the best idea.
Yeah. I mean, every relationship is like a fingerprint. You don't want to leave them at a crime scene. So I'll tell you this right now. You've been dating the gal for a year. What is the rush?
So I wouldn't necessarily there is a rush, but there also kind of is. So here's the thing. So I've known her for in total about 5 years, but we've been dating for about a year and a couple of months now. And I think the main rush is her parents kind of tend to, how do I say this nicely? I guess I said they don't treat her like she's 20 years old. So like the hardest part is like here's an example. I usually like to keep to myself, right? I mean, I don't like a whole bunch of group of people. And her family, she's got a big family, and she also has a twin. And
That could be
Nice.
cool.
Nice.
so they
A 2-for-1 deal.
don't get any ideas, Miles. But anyways, what I'm getting at is like Miles. I know it's on your mind, you dirty dog. But basically, I don't like to be around her whole family all the time when I just want to be around her, if you know what I mean. Some days I just want to be by myself, and it includes her, and I'm like, cool, I'm cool with that. But when I want to hang around her, I have to be around her whole family sometimes.
Does she
and it's
live with her parents?
Yes and no. So she has her own apartment in Waco, Texas. That's where she lives. And but during the summer, because she's going to school down there, during the summer she'll come back and move in with her parents during the summer, but doesn't have to necessarily, if you know what I mean.
And so how is marrying her going to solve this?
Yeah, this sounds like it's going to amplify your problem for a lifetime, dude.
This is like
See,
pouring
that's what I-
gasoline on the fire.
Yeah.
You know?
You think
And
just
that's why I wanted to call y'all.
yeah, talk you off the ledge. This is the PSA portion of the show. Are you can't even legally drink yet, and you want to marry someone?
Just so you can get her out of the house, out of her parents' house.
It's not going to work. That people don't change just because you marry them. If anything, it makes it worse. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of her family. And if you're not a big fan of her, you are marrying her family. They say you're marrying the girl, not the family. That's a lie, dude.
So that's the reason why you want to get married?
Well, I do love her. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Like I said, it's not just solely so I can get her out of the house and I have her to myself. That's not what it is. Like, I do want to have her for for the rest of my life. I can see that happening. But the thing is, it's just hard. It feels like I'm sometimes dating somebody who's 16 still or something. You know what I mean? I
wouldn't say that in that way, dude.
Yeah, go ahead, marry a 16-year-old. That's really smart.
She is 20. She is 20. Don't get me wrong. Any CIA, any cops said she is 20. I've got the paperwork.
I'm going to be honest. If you have to put a disclaimer to the FBI that she is of age, I think it's too young to get married.
I'm with Miles on that.
I know you don't know this now, but Charlie, I want you to think about your brain, that old noggin of yours at 20 years old.
It's not fully developed,
Do you
dude.
think that brain was ready to get married?
No.
And making the wisest of lifetime decisions?
No, you don't have an adult brain yet. That doesn't happen until you're 20. And I know you'll have an adult brain because you won't be calling up asking if you should marry somebody after a year of dating them. I mean, now some people do it, but they've got a fully formed brain, and but they drink a lot. So look, anyways, I think there's no harm.
I'm fully sober, so.
And it's not that this relationship isn't good, Charlie.
No.
It's just give it a few more years.
Yeah, because you guys are long distance too. So you've still you've been dating for a year, but realistically, you've only been dating for like a few months.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Because distance makes the heart grow fonder, but you want to make sure that proximity also makes the heart grow fonder, because you're going to have a lot more proximity in your future, and you just don't know what that looks like yet.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh, man.
Wow, I didn't expect actually some pretty solid advice. Like, that was...
Yeah.
What is that supposed to mean?
Yeah,
we are an advice podcast.
Yeah, this is our whole bread and butter here, dude. If we can't give solid advice, what are we even doing
I
here?
love how he wasn't even like it was good advice. He's like, it was solid. And that's our guarantee, Charlie, is we'll give you at least solid advice.
It will be cohesive.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's fair.
Did you buy
another thing?
Did you buy a ring already?
Oh no.
Okay, good.
Thank God.
What was
at one point I was on the verge of buying a ring, but then I bought a car instead. So
smart priorities, dude.
Yeah.
What was the other thing you were gonna say?
Oh shoot, I lost my mind of thought.
That's because you don't have a fully developed brain yet.
Yeah,
You
and
just-
it's train of
Oh,
thought
okay.
too. So
Yeah.
when you get that one down like it's nothing, then you might be able to talk about the marriage.
the evidence is damning here. Did we buy enough time for you to remember what you were going to say?
No.
What do you
I'm
like
pretty
about her?
dumb. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you're not dumb. You're just
Oh.
young. Oh, go ahead. You've thought of it.
Young and dumb. What do I like about her? Well, she's very sweet. She's very she takes good care of me. She's very kind. She's very understanding. She knows kind of how I function as a person, and she's been with me through like my growth. I guess over the years, because I used to be a totally different person than like who I am in today. So she's helped me kind of walk my path.
Yeah, because like a few years ago, you were 12. You know, like a few years
I'm
ago,
not that young.
you were playing with G.I. Joes, you know?
Yeah, I guess you're not wrong. And I'm on the same boat with y'all as like it is too early, I believe. And that's why like, because about 6 months ago, I was ready to like, all right, let's get this ring. Let's get this another thing. Oh, also another thing is her parents want us to save $10,000 before we get married. And that's something I'm not like, that's a little bit.
You know what?
Because they know they got to pay for the wedding.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not
here's the thing. We don't want a wedding. We just want to elope and then travel. We don't want a whole big ceremony and all that, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's the deal. There's no harm in waiting, dude. What I don't know the difference between I mean, yeah, she's gonna spend some time with her folks, but yeah, there's no harm in waiting. You know, we got this invention actually that you might like. Never mind. I'll tell you when it's fully developed. Speaking of fully developed, you should do that first. Let's say you win the lottery tomorrow. Still don't get married because half of that could easily go to her when this doesn't work out inevitably.
That's a great life lesson.
Shut up, Miles.
If you're gonna win the lottery, wait till after you get divorced.
So, yeah. There's. I'm looking at. Let me. You got to do a pro and con list. Have you done a pros and cons list yet?
No.
Yeah. Well, I can already tell you the cons far outweigh the pros, my guy.
Well, yeah. And you know what? At the end of the day, Charlie and I could both be wrong, and you guys are a match made in heaven, you know, and you guys could be fully in love and soulmates for the rest of your life. But if that is the case, what's the harm in waiting a couple years just to make sure?
I guess so. Yeah, and here's the thing. Like, I was kind of on the same boat as y'all, and I've even talked to like some of like my parents about this and stuff. And they pretty much say the exact same thing as y'all.
Yeah. Well,
and, I imagine y'all are probably a couple beers in, huh?
I wish
we are one rum bucket in.
Miles, we're at this sort of island themed situation here, and Miles got all the fruity drinks with the rum in them in a bucket and fruit.
You know, when in Margaritaville, Charlie.
Yep. Get a bucket. That's not a margarita. Yeah, well, we're glad we said you got anything you want to buy, sell, or trade?
Well, I actually do. I have my older pickup. It's a 2002 Dodge Ram 1500 with a 5.9 V8.
Ooh.
296,000 miles. But you might be thinking, hey, that's a lot of miles.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You're wrong. That motor is bulletproof until you shoot it, man. I'm telling you, the transmission is rebuilt at 240,000. I've redone all the suspension myself.
Has it got a Hemi?
Everything's pretty much redone.
Has it got a Hemi?
No, it's a Magnum.
Oh.
It was the year before they made the Hemis. So 2002, they still used their Magnum, and then 2003 is when they introduced the Hemi.
Gotcha.
Speaking of Magnums,
it's 296,000 miles, Charlie, but it's a light 296. You know, it wasn't ran too hard.
No. How much you want for it?
No, About $4,000. About all it's worth. Because it's got a couple other things that it needs done.
Is that how much the
But,
wedding ring you were eyeing down, or what?
Yeah. If you were to say it's about 10
how much
grand,
the other car that I want.
Yeah, it's 10 grand.
What's that?
if you were to say it's about 10 grand, then we would know that you're not taking us seriously here. If people want to get a hold of you to purchase that bad boy, how can they get a hold of you?
Instagram. Antonio with 2 A's in the front. Morales, Moralez on Instagram. So AA Antonio Morales with a Z at the end.
Okay.
On Instagram. All one way.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what you,
also
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, would you accept a trade for this? Are you looking for anything?
Anything that I want, it's not really the same value, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, that's smart.
I'm mostly looking for another car. Been looking at like some Audi or Volkswagen diesel cars.
Oh, yeah.
Like the TDIs. Yeah.
How about
mostly want a gas favored.
get yourself an old Rabbit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look at you. You know your things.
Yeah. Remember the diesel Rabbits from the 80s? Ooh, nothing cooks like those.
Well, man, I'm glad we were able to give you some solid advice today. And hey, just be patient is kind of the moral of this story, I think. I think you're in a good spot. You know, even though you seem like you got a good head on your shoulders, let's develop that brain and then let's make a decision on marriage.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can agree with that.
All right.
Well, here's one more question. Sorry, one more question.
Please.
Does being forklift certified help out in any of that aspect?
Well,
I guess I got to ask.
It definitely helps you find a new girlfriend. I can tell you that much. You know,
You're telling me you're 20 years old.
Worst case scenario.
You're a hot gun mechanic and you're forklift certified. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of temptation coming your way. You better.
If she leaves your ass, you don't worry about it. You're gonna be in good hands.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys. Well, I guess one day I'll give y'all a heads up. Huh? How about that?
Yeah.
I'll shoot y'all another call.
Yep. We'll pick up.
Oh. All right, cool. Well, thanks for having me on the good old Bellied Up podcast.
You betcha, Antonio. Good luck.
All right, appreciate it.
All right.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
You too. He's gone.
Yeah.
Well, Charlie, I think we did another good deed.
Yeah.
Nice work, buddy.
You know, it's not every caller I feel like we saved someone a whole headache and hassle, but on this one, I think we did good.
I will have to say that most of the time our advice is don't get married yet, except for that one lady that called in that was dating that guy for like 20 years. That's been the only time we've said, like, you got to get married. Maybe that's the challenge. Call in with a scenario that makes me and Charlie say, get married.
Yeah. Give us that call. It's not that we're anti-marriage.
I'm happily married.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. Well, should we take one more caller, Charlie?
Let's do it, Miles.
Guys, as we wrap up the summer, make sure you're doing it with a glass of Tippy Cow's Vanilla Soft Serve, as I got one right here, and so does Charlie.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize someone put that in front of me.
It's like savoring that last sweet scoop at the county fair or a harvest festival in North Dakota or Wisconsin. Whether you're celebrating Labor Day, closing out the summer season with friends and family, or just enjoying a relaxing evening, Tippy Cow adds a nostalgic touch to your gathering. It's creamy. It's delicious. It's got full flavor and brings a sense of joy and tradition to the table, making every end of summer moment feel sweeter and more special.
That was beautiful, Miles.
So here's a toast.
Or toast.
Here's to the end of summer, delicious barbecues and the sweet taste of Tippy Cow Vanilla Soft Serve. May your harvest celebrations be full of laughter, flavor, and the best of summer's final moments. Cheers to a season well spent, to many more to come.
Salud.
As summer wraps up, many are hitting the road for one last trip. I know Charlie's hitting the road.
I hit the road the other day. I fell off my bike.
Well, If your travels are interrupted by a car accident, Nicolay Law is here to help. He's our guy.
What about a
Nicolay
bike
Law.
accident?
I'm sure he can at least point you in the right direction, Charlie,
Okay.
because they're experts in handling car accident cases. We don't know if they're experts in the biking, but I'm guessing they could do a pretty good job, Charlie.
Okay.
And we want you to make sure you get the help you need. So call Nicolay Law. Enjoy the final summer trip safely. And remember, if trouble hits, Nicolay Law's got your back. Visit nicolaylaw.com or call 1-855-NICOLAY to get more information. So that's what you got to do.
What's that?
Call 1-855-NICOLAY so you can get more information on your bike accident.
Well, I hope they'll have my back because I could use a massage.
Hi, my name's Jeff. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Did you say Jeff with 2 F's?
With 2 F's. Yeah, they PH, those aren't real Jeff.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you would say that my name is Jeff.
Dude, that movie ruined my life for like 3 to 4 years.
I can't resist. I couldn't resist. Well, belly up to the bar,
So, I
Jeff.
know,
What's on
like,
your mind?
Well, I actually work at a restaurant in Sun Prairie, and we just got Charlie's Brandy.
All right.
So I know he's got some great brandy recipes.
Nice. Berens old-fashioned brandy,
And-
folks.
Oh, yeah, because I know I need like a nail and a hammer for it, too.
Yep, the nail would be holding the garnishes on, and you can use a paper clip if you roll that out. And the hammer is for, my fridge is broken, so the ice kind of sticks together, because it's in that freeze-thaw situation. So the hammer just breaks it up pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I say about Berens Brandy?
What do you say, Miles?
It's great to cook with.
Oh, it actually is great to cook with, Miles. You can make cheesecake. You can make a little mushroom batter, mushroom situation, sauce for your steak. The list goes on. So, Jeff, what is your question
I was
here?
going to say dick move, Miles.
Yeah, total dick move, but that's a Miles situation. He likes doing that.
Oh, yeah. Well, so someone new to Wisconsin, what is a great thing to know? Because I know winters are awesome over here. You guys got some advice for wintertime for someone driving a Dodge Charger?
You got a Dodge?
Terrible car.
Where'd you move from?
California, because I didn't want to raise my kids out there, and I got family over here.
All right. Well, I like it.
And
Welcome.
Wisconsin seems like a great state.
It is, man. Welcome to Wisconsin. We are happy to have you. As far as the brandy situation, I'd say old fashions, brandy Manhattans, those are kind of good. Some I've heard have made Bloody Marys with the brandy instead of vodka. So
Ooh.
the recipes go on and on and on. But your thoughts on you came to Wisconsin at a great time. We got a beautiful summer going. But winter is going to be a different beast. And that Charger, I'll tell you, the first thing you want to do is fill that trunk with some sandbags.
So I do have the sandbags, because I was thinking the first thing to do is to sell it.
Well, if selling it's on your agenda, that may help. But
Would you like to buy, sell, or trade it?
Anything to get me into a all-wheel drive truck.
Okay, so
You know
you'll
what I mean?
trade it for all-wheel drive truck. Good to know.
Yeah,
What's
that might
another
be the game plan.
What's another thing about Midwest winter that we should warn them about, Charlie?
you're going to, whatever car you're in, especially for your first winter, you're going to want to drive slow. Take it slow, and I always say drive slow enough so the person in the front seat can fillet a walleye without giving themselves an accidental circumcision. That's how slow you got to take it. All right. Another one is your grandma is sitting in the back seat holding a hot soup that she's taken over, and you don't want to spill it on her. So those are a couple things off the top of the dome. Beyond that. Well, I mean, we could go. Always have a shovel in the back of your car. Have 2 ice scrapers, one for the deer, one for the the actual snow removal. Miles, you got any? Miles is in a much colder area of the world. Fargo is like brutally cold.
Charlie, I see you're stuck on the car portion of the winter.
Yeah,
I was thinking more of the drinking portion. You have a beautiful time from about, depending on when it gets really cold, but let's just say November, December, and then end of February till the end of March, where you get to use the outside as your beer fridge.
Mm-hmm.
So be careful, though, in January, mid-February, it gets a little too cold and stuff starts freezing. Next thing you know, your snow is yellow and people are going to start asking questions of what you were doing on the porch.
You're gonna want
that would be some good snow to eat, right?
I mean,
that
technically,
type of yellow snow.
You know what? I scratched that. Put it out there. Let them explode. Now you got a beer slushy.
Beer slushy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'll take it back. It's a fair game all year round.
Yeah, you even can, if you on a fresh snow day, you go out, get some of that, put that snow in a cup and pour a little brandy on it. Put yourself some soda on top of that. You got a little brandy old-fashioned slushy. Don't forget the bitters.
Man,
either.
You're gonna do that as a video this
Absolutely,
winter, right?
that's a winter video. You bet your ass.
Oh, like that might be a drink that I put on at the restaurant I work at.
Put it
Sounds
on.
like a great idea.
Yeah, and if there's not snow, just scrape the side of the freezer. You know, that buildup, that's money right there.
The other trick you could try right before the snowstorm, go set some beers out on the driveway. And then when you go to shovel the next day, every time you find a new beer, you got a delicious treat to get you the next one.
Just don't forget and use your snowblower. Otherwise, you're going to...
Only do that if you're shoveling.
Yeah, you're going to need a good stick. And don't go sticking your hand in the snowblower blade area. That's how you... or get unable to flip someone off, okay?
Yeah, that's a bad idea. So how do you convince your wife that moving to Wisconsin in wintertime was a good idea?
You don't. You just hope that her love can last till April. Maybe May, possibly June some years.
I mean, the real answer is you take her on a warm vacation in February and she forgets all about how bad it was back home. And then that buys you enough time for the snow to melt.
Ugh, beautiful ideas. Love it.
Yeah. And yes, go ahead.
Oh, no. Sorry. Go ahead. I was not saying anything.
I honestly think you don't take her on a vacation because if you do that whiplash back to Wisconsin, that might make matters worse. You know, she may be tempted to move wherever you vacation.
No, there's nothing that solves any of your problems like vitamin D, Charlie, in the middle of winter.
All right.
I think it's
what kind of vitamin D are we talking?
Okay,
whoa,
you dirty dog.
Wow. Someone's got a couple kids at home.
This guy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got 2 boys.
Yeah. Hey, do be fucking.
Get a have you guys gone ice fishing as a family yet?
We have not.
Well, there's nothing your wife is going to like more than getting out on a nice frozen lake. Forget the tent. Just get out there and just grab a bucket, put some snow pants on. One of you can take the bucket, the other's on the knees. And I didn't mean it like that. I'm talking about.
I was like, damn.
I didn't mean it like that. I had this beautiful, iconic photo of 2 lovebirds out on the ice. And
Charlie, we know that ice fishing is a problematic scene. You remember the news story that ice fishing leads to prostitution?
Yes, I remember that being claimed by.
I gotta hear the story.
Well,
I don't know that story.
Just Google it. Where was he at again?
Ohio. He was somewhere outside a suburb of Cleveland. I want to say Hudson, maybe Ohio. And the fella claimed that there need to be stipulations on ice fishing over at the park because that's a prostitution ring. Apparently there were prostitutes visiting these ice shanties, and I says there's no way you can get those high heels on that ice like that. So anyways,
the ice fishing is sounding pretty appealing at this point.
Oh, careful, fella. You're a married
man.
spud. What's going on?
I'm kidding.
How long
My
you
wife
been
knows
married?
that's a joke.
How long you been married?
For 4 years.
4 years.
Congrats.
What does your wife do for a living?
She's a hairdresser.
Hairdresser and a bartender. I love it. That is a beautiful thing, and you guys get to save so much money at home because she's cutting everyone's hair and you're serving the drinks.
Oh yeah. And then when I show up to work with a bad haircut, everyone knows the reason.
Does she give you a bad haircut?
No, she actually does a great job.
Oh, that's good.
Actually, I'm just kind of talking shit because it's funny.
Backpedaled pretty quick.
Yeah, I know.
I'm surprised I'm even on this podcast. I'm like, you guys are hilarious, so I'm trying to keep up.
Oh, no, you're doing good, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate you calling in here, and I appreciate you slinging that brandy, okay? Hey, if anyone comes in, what's the name of the spot you're at?
So it's called Johnny's Italian Steakhouse, and I'm the manager at the one in Sun Prairie. So, yeah, we're going to do like a big drink special with that brandy.
That's awesome.
Try to push it out there. So, yeah, I figured I would give a call in, say what's up. And then my first son's name is Miles also. So
Let's go with
Look
a
at
Y,
that.
with a Y or an I.
with an I.
Ah,
Are you with a Y?
I am. Yeah.
Oh, so he's one of the fake Mileses.
Yeah. It's all right though. Same church, different pew. Is your next kid named Chuck?
His name's Jimmy.
Should have went
Just
with Charlie.
one letter, huh?
Yeah.
My best friend's name is Jay. That'll work for me.
Did you say Jimmy?
He said Jay. What'd you
No, Jimmy.
Well, I've had enough of this bucket.
Charlie's had one too many rum bucket out here on the patio.
And I didn't want any of the bucket, but here we are. Well, put yourself an old fashioned on that menu, and Miles and I will have to stop in there sometime.
That is exactly what I was going to call it, because I was thinking of the name for it, and like a old fashioned, that is perfect.
Just old fashioned.
I love the idea.
Yeah. Old fashioned.
Old fashioned.
Yeah. And then you just say Berens old fashioned brandy in it. And then I'll bring you a shoebox of cash to keep that on the menu for a long time. That's how the booze business works, a little bribery.
Sounds good. I'm like, I'll get some stainless steel nails to use for the fruit for it. And looking like we're good to go.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, thank you so much for.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Is this Jimmy?
Hey.
What's she?
Say your name. What's your name?
Mario.
Well, Miles, what are you up
That's
to?
Miles. They being crazy? He's playing, so
Nice.
I know you guys got other people talking.
Sounds like a good
so.
kid.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you. And tell your wife we says hi and to just hang in there. The winters get easier over time.
Well, sounds good. Thank you guys for actually taking the call. Like I wasn't actually expecting to get through.
Oh, well,
You guys get a lot of callers.
we appreciate you, all right? You keep her moving
Yeah, of
and
course.
watch for deer out there.
Oh yeah. You guys have a great afternoon.
All right. You
Have a
too
good
now.
Well, Charlie, I think that wraps it up for us here at the Long Bridge. We weren't here for a long time, but we were here for a good time.
And you are swaying like you just housed 75% of this bucket. You're doing the old sway, Miles.
It's getting a little toasty out here. I got to go maybe jump off the bridge.
Yeah, well, that would be fun.
I know that sounds bad, but there's water underneath it.
Yeah, don't worry about it,
And
folks.
kids have been doing it all day, so
Yeah.
it's safe, I think.
Looks
I
like
don't know.
fun.
Charlie, go jump off a bridge.
I'll go take a long jump. I'll take a short jump off a long bridge. How's that sound? All right, folks.
That's only like 10 feet, guys.
Yeah, you can handle it. You can handle it. There's muskies in that lake, apparently. I can go find some of them.
Well, guys, I appreciate you tuning in to another episode of the Bellied Up Podcast. Make sure you tip your bartender, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.